Iran threatens to wipe Israel off the map. Israeli officials say they will not rule out a preemptive strike.
Iran must not be allowed to develop nuclear weapons.
If the U.S. tries to stop Iran, its president Mahmoud Ahmadinejad vows revenge.
It is rooted in ideology. The Iranian regime is jihadist, and they do not acknowledge nor accept the idea that a non-Islamic, non-jihadist state could exist in the region.
Concerns about Iran's nuclear capabilities are mounting. In May, it test-fired missiles capable of reaching Israel, southeastern Europe, and U.S. bases in the Middle East. Published reports say Iran is within a year of developing a nuclear bomb and is awaiting word from its supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, to move forward with production. Does this rogue regime have what it takes to launch a nuclear attack?
Well, I get very, very nervous about it. I think Iran will have a nuclear weapon. I think now it's only a question of when.
But the situation, though far away, could have long-lasting impacts here at home. A regional war or nuclear attack could cause a faltering U.S. economy to collapse.
And even scarier, say policy analysts, is the growing threat of an electromagnetic pulse, an intense burst of energy from an exploding nuclear warhead from more than 25 miles above ground. They say it would take out everything electronic, cell phones, computers, and cars, and destroy the U.S. electrical grid, wiping out the U.S. infrastructure.
Within a year of that attack, 9 out of 10 Americans would be dead, because we can't support a population of the present size in urban centers and the like without electricity. That would be a world without America as a practical matter. And that is exactly what I believe the Iranians are working towards.
So far, President Obama has chosen to handle things in a friendly manner.
I would like to speak clearly to Iran's leaders. We have serious differences that have grown over time. My administration is now committed to diplomacy.
But if Iran continues to rebuff Obama's overtures to sit down and talk about its nuclear program, the White House could embark on harsh sanctions against Iran, such as cutting off the country's imports of gasoline and other refined oil products. Legislation giving Obama that authority has more than 70 sponsors in the Senate, and similar legislation is expected to sail through the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, the ranking member on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, says sanctions are long overdue.
A nuclear Iran is a threat to the Iranian people, to Israel, to the Middle East, and to the national security of the United States. And what is Congress doing about it? Nothing. We have proposed legislation time and time again to have real substantial sanctions leveled against Iran. Now, we like to point fingers and say the UN has not done enough, but really we should be pointing the fingers at ourselves.
Obama's diplomatic team has pressed Israel to stop settlement building and not attack Iran, with the hope of engaging Iran and the rest of the Arab Middle East diplomatically.
And he says that Arabs can keep building in the West Bank, Arabs can keep building in eastern Jerusalem, but Jews can't. There's no other way to define this than racist.
Mort, Klein, president of the Zionist Organization of America, a pro-Israel group, says time is running out.
America should say that everything is on the table and we will pursue whatever is necessary, military option, severe sanctions, whatever is necessary to stop these weapons. This is serious business. And as Al-Qaeda has made clear how seriously they can harm American interests, and with nuclear weapons, it's just beyond belief the horror that can ensue.
Some critics are pushing for less intervention.
Arguing for sanctions against Iran and threatening them with bombs or encouraging Israel to bomb Iran makes no sense whatsoever. So many other times this argument has been won by pure economics. We can't afford it any longer. This is what brought the Soviets to their knees. It was financial.
Others wonder if the Obama administration didn't miss a golden opportunity to disarm Iran. Policy analysts point to the fallout from the republic's recent presidential election, demonstrations by citizens, and critical comments by regime members of their leaders as signs of reform on the inside. But in failing to take a more aggressive approach in support of Iran's civil society, did Obama lose the chance to stop Iran's nuclear ambitions?
it's going to get to D-Day. So eventually the Iranian regime, if not reformed from the inside, is going to get the nukes, is going to use them in a deterrence fashion, and eventually if there is a confrontation, it may use them in real. This revolt of Tehran may well become another Iranian revolution. Now its success is conditioned by how far will the United States and the international community go in assisting this democratic movement. That's the condition.
The more time Obama spends on diplomacy, critics say, the sooner Iran will achieve its nuclear quest and sell its technology to other countries and terrorists throughout the world.
I think the president's learning a lesson. I mean, the president was brutal on the previous administration on foreign policy, saying, you know, your policy in North Korea, it's bad. Your policy in Iran is bad. You know, everywhere in anything that the former president did in foreign policy was terrible, and you know, he was going to come in and fix it. I think he's finding out foreign policy is hard.
In Washington, Kathleen Walter, Newsmax TV.